Some sumps. That's a tube for the main oxygen supply line to Falcon 9. Some more nozzle parts here. This area is used for the engine components, or the major engine components. So you can see there's a nozzle, or various nozzles at various stages of completion. And then you can also see the copper things are the chamber liners. You can see the difference between that's a Merlin vacuum configuration, which has got a more spread out nozzle section, and that's the sea level configuration, which has got a sort of short copper nozzle. Those are the propellant supply lines for Falcon 9. So they've got a single tank that manifolds out to 9 engines, and then you've got fill and drain lines. So there's a total of 10 sets of 5-inch diameter lines that manifold out to the various engines. So it's kind of like having like a 9-cylinder engine car or something like that. This is our tube bending area. So there's a lot of tubes on a rocket, and we have a couple of automated tube benders that once you program a particular type of tube, it could be a very complicated tube that looks like a crazy pretzel, and this machine can make that exact same tube every time perfectly. All right, so here we are in the SpaceX machine shop. We have about 30 different machines of all sizes and shapes. We have wire EDM machines, which is electric discharge machining. We've got lathes, mills. There's just an enormous amount of metal sculpting that takes place to create the vehicle. What a lot of people don't realize is that SpaceX makes about 80% of the vehicle by value in-house. So, for the engine, raw metal comes in and out comes an engine. And so it's on these machines that the metal is taken from its raw form and into the final machine part form. So a part like this will come in as a forging, and then it'll get turned and milled and cut, and eventually end up as an engine chamber liner. This is a new machine that just arrived. It's just being tested and put through its paces before we start machining on it. They were actually cutting the grooves on a chamber and drilling the holes that are necessary for cooling. These are engine manifolds that connect the nozzle and the chamber. These are just various rocket parts for the stages, parts for the engines. Those are some sumps. That's a tube for the main oxygen supply line to Falcon 9. Some more nozzle parts here. Another nozzle part. So that's our machine shop. Actually, I haven't gone through everything because there's a lot of detail here, and some of it's proprietary, but it gives you a sense for what's capable. We've actually got a lot of off-site machining that we do as well. We have a very high engine production rate here at SpaceX. This year alone, SpaceX will make more rocket engines than the rest of U.S. production combined, and next year we'll make more rocket engines than any country in the world. So that's a lot of rocket engines that all have to go through and be made very efficiently and made very accurately. And that's what all these machines are for. So what we're looking at here is a Merlin 1C fully regeneratively cooled engine. It's getting ready to ship out to our test site in Texas to be part of the 9-engine firing. This is actually the 9th and final engine to be shipped out for that. And when we do that firing, it's going to be quite spectacular. Falcon 9 is the most powerful single-core vehicle in the American fleet, and when Falcon 9 Heavy debuts in about 2 to 3 years, that will be the most powerful vehicle in the world, because the shuttle will have retired by that point. So that's really quite significant. It's the moral equivalent of an Airbus A380 or a 747. This thing is the turbo pump. This is the chamber, the nozzle. And then there's all the supporting structure in there with the avionics and control valves. And here you can see the difference with the Falcon 1 configuration. So it's a sealed pyramid. The stage valving is contained inside that pyramid. But other than that, it's substantially the same with the turbo pump and the chamber and nozzle. Very little difference really between the Falcon 1 configuration and the Falcon 9 configuration.